Well, joining me now to discuss this from Tbilisi is Natia Seskuria. She's an associate fellow at Royal United Services Institute. Welcome to the program. As we heard in that report, these mass graves, some say, is really indicative of the brutality, of course, of this war. But is it also just another indication of the alleged war crimes committed by Russian forces?
Thank you very much for having me. Yes, indeed, the footage is very alarming, yet unfortunately unsurprising, because we have seen the similar war crimes have been committed before in the city of Bucha, in other parts of Ukraine. And unfortunately, as more cities are being liberated, there is an expectation that very sadly we will see the same scenario that has unfolded as a result of the Russian war against Ukraine. This is unfortunately the ways in which Russia is conducting this special military operation, as they call it, the full-scale war against Ukraine. And we have seen before that Russia has been constantly shelling the civilian sites, and they have been claiming that they have been only targeting military sites, but that has indeed not been the case, and they have been even shelling the humanitarian corridors early on when the humanitarian corridors were arranged in Mariupol. So unfortunately, this is not the first instance of war crimes being committed by Russian forces.
And of course, these mass graves were uncovered in Izyum, which was taken back by Ukraine in the Kharkiv region. This all happening in the last week. Some saying that the Russian pullback from that area and the Ukraine offensive is possibly a turning point in this war. Do you think that may be the case?
I think it is a very important moment, and definitely now we see that the initiative is within Ukraine's hands, which is very important, and which is not something that even the West expected at the beginning of this war. We have witnessed an extraordinary Ukrainian counteroffensive in Kharkiv, and the scales, the speed of advance was very extraordinary, and this has indeed boosted the morale and motivation of the Ukrainian forces. And on the other hand, this has also created the confusion within the Russian armed forces. So it is a momentum, but of course, that said, this does not mean that we are anywhere close to ending this war, because it is very premature now when there is a full-scale war going on the territory of Ukraine. So I think this war will continue for a long term, unfortunately.
Okay, Natia Seskuria live to us there from the Georgian capital, Tbilisi. Good to speak to you and get your take on that. Thank you so much.